Watchmen, or actually I guess just Watchmen. This is a good show. HBO has got a good show. They do a lot of good shows. They did a few things. They got True Blood. That was epic. And this one, Watchmen, this is really good. There's got to be a second and a third season. There's one more episode before the end. And I'm thinking Regina King is bringing it. You know, she's good. She's made a lot of good stuff. You know, a lot of good stuff. But this is really good. It's not packed with special effects. It's not packed with a ton of action. It's a good story that also has some special effects and action. It's a good story. If you sit and watch the whole thing and you're listening to it, you're trying to put the pieces together, what I thought was somebody had to sit down and write this and put these intricate pieces together to make them all fit. And I was like, that's pretty deep. That was good. Regina King plays Mother Knight, and she is, I'm thinking about how much I can give away without giving everything away. She's apparently, well, let me say this. Silver Spectre from the movie is still here. They hinted that maybe Owlman, or the Night Owl, Owlman, might be in jail. Rorschach continues to exist through this group called the Cavalry with a K, like the Klan. They really, really like the Klan. And they wear his mask, versions of his mask. So he essentially is still around. Recently found out that Dr. Manhattan is still around. And he plays a really big part of what's happening next. So essentially, most of the people from the movie exist one way or another in this show, which made sense. They kind of needed to do that in order to strengthen the show. It looks like they're taking pieces from the movie and taking pieces from the comic book, which are similar, but a little different. And they're putting them together. They're kind of meshing them together, and they're making like the comic book universe, the movie universe, and they're making the TV universe. Looks like it's a third universe that's very similar to the other two. And it's good. It's really, really good. The following what has happened with Angela Abar, the main character, through her life, and what has happened to her through her life, and then finding all of these mysteries in her life, and then finding out that she's done things in the future that may have been affecting her in the past. There's a lot of time travel kind of stuff happening here. I like it. I like this. It's really, really good. There's only one episode left, and I'm kind of bummed about that, because I'd really like to see what happens next. Because if they've got if they're going to conclude all of the stuff that's been building up in this one next episode, it's got to be a 2-hour episode. They got a lot of stuff that they've got to just end abruptly, or have some type of real conclusion. It's the build up. But it's not just the final battle between the good guy and the bad guy. There's things happening in the show that need closure. So either they're going to do it really badly and just say, oh, you remember that thing? Yeah, well, he's dead. Remember that thing? Oh, he got the money. Remember this? Yeah, the car works now. Remember that? Hey, Dr. Manhattan's back. Or whatever. They're either going to cut it abruptly, or it's got to go through another show. It's got to go on to the next season. So I assume that the next episode, the final episode, will not conclude the season or the show. It'll be the end of the season, but it won't be the end of the show. Can't be. There's so much stuff that they got. Angela's granddad. Why is Hooded Justice? Why does he look white in the uniform? He took his hood off. They saw him. He was a white guy. And why is he black in real life. He's a black guy. So how's he a black guy and he puts a hood on and now he's a white guy? I gotta wonder about that. They showed at first that he was kind of hiding his eyes a little bit to make it look like a white guy, but he took the hood off and he was a full-on white guy. So I'm thinking, how did the black guy put the hood on and become a white guy? They don't answer it. The squid are falling from the sky and nobody knows. The people on Earth don't really know why that's happening. They don't know what's going on. Are they going to tell them? I don't know. The police chief is best friends with Angela Abar, who is African American. The police chief was Don Johnson, a Caucasian, but he was a part of the Klan, apparently. But his best friend and like his daughter was a black chick. They don't explain that. They gotta explain it. What happened? The old man in the wheelchair kills the young guy, hangs him. And why did he do that? He was in a wheelchair. Why did he do that? What's up with that? They didn't explain that. Dr. Manhattan is back. And then he's not. They don't explain that. There's so many things that are happening and they're like, Ozymandias is living on another planet. Made you think that he was like on an island or out in the wilderness somewhere, but he's actually on another planet. So now I'm thinking, well, how's he? And he's throwing people into space. He's using a slingshot. Not even like a rocket. He's just using a slingshot and he's like, boink, and he's throwing people into space. It's a movie based on a comic. It's a movie anyway. They can do anything they want to do in a movie. But it's a movie based on a comic book. So you gotta suspend belief. But at the same time, you gotta kind of tell me how he built a slingshot and is throwing people into orbit. I need to know. I need to know what's going on. These people who work for Ozymandias all are slaves to him, except for one who doesn't appear to like him that much. And why is he different from the other ones? They're all essentially the same thing, made from the exact same primordial ooze, except this one guy, he kind of has a mind of his own. They don't explain it. So there's only one episode left, so I'm thinking they got to explain all of this stuff. Why is Ozymandias, Jeremy Irons, why is he old now? If he's immortal, right? Is he immortal or is he just like really, really extremely long-lived? Because I'm pretty sure he talked about, hanging out with the pharaohs and stuff. So he's probably immortal. If he's immortal, why was he younger before and older now? Did he do that to himself? They don't explain it. So many things. And there's only one episode left. I can't imagine that they're going to tell you everything at the end of this. So I'm just hoping the last episode is good because it got me drawn in. I want to know what's going to happen next. Man. But so far, I would say that I would give this episode or this show so far, man, it's a good show. I would give it so far 8 bags of popcorn. Man, 8 bags of popcorn. Because I dig this show. It's good. It's really good. But that's what I think. Have you seen it? The HBO Watchmen? Did you like the cartoon, the comic book, the movie, the TV series? What's your favorite aspect of The Watchmen? Let's talk about it in the comments. And as always, if you like the video, if you like the content, subscribe. And then like.